Welcome back to the Football Terrace. It's the Manchester Derby. City flying high at the top of the league. Ollie in the mud as it stands right now. A lot of criticism for him. A lot of that is justified in the way Manchester United have performed in recent weeks. But we're here to preview the game. We're also going to have Man United fans going head-to-head with Manchester City fans as well. There's a little bit of a sprinkling of an additional rival thrown in as well. We've got a wonderful panel for you tonight. Make sure you get your super chat questions in as well. I've picked a player, one of the final chances to enter the mystery word competition as well. There's a player I've picked out as being the ultimate danger man this weekend. If you can super chat in and guess who that is, then you go into the prize draw to win the £100 Amazon vouchers. What's good, Terry? I don't know what's good right now. It ain't Man United, that's for sure. That definitely isn't good. We want your score predictions, how you think the game's going to go, but more importantly, make sure you're smashing the like button. As I said, the panel was amazing tonight. First guest, I'm going to put up on the screen. Beautiful, sumptuous, sexy. The best trainer collection I've seen in a long, long time. It's man like Aiden back in the house on the show again. We're also joined by the lovely, the voice. This person's voice is honestly, it is like melted chocolate. Man like Bits and Bobs in the house with us here. We're joined as well by one of the only City fans that you'll ever see on the Football Terrace. She's back with us again. Jan's here. Great knowledge, great banter in the house with the City shirt on as well, doing her thing. We also got man like Igal. Igal's not kind of ready yet, though. Igal's just, I don't know what Igal's, there he is. Igal's here as well. How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm chilling, people. How you guys doing? Everyone good?
Yes, Igal. What we saying?
Yeah. Let's get it. Get the energy up. Rivalries, right? Let's go. I'm here to balance it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we'd need you for balance, but we do today. We do need a little bit of that. There's no doubt. The quiz is going to be fun a little bit later. But I'm going to go to Aiden first of all, mate. It's been a painful couple of weeks for Man United, or more painful than usual. We go into this game. Ollie's on the ropes at the moment. People frustrated with him, and rightfully so from most points of view.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, though, ahead of this game?
Do you know that saying when it's like, first is happenstance, twice is coincidence, and third, there's something going on? I think if you look at our runs we've had, this is looks like the end of the third big run we've had. Usually, Ole finds a way to pull it out of the bag. So I'm hoping that this weekend he'll find a way to pull it out of the bag. That's what I'm hoping. But I feel like it's going to go either two ways. We're going to get hammed 4-5-0. We're going to get absolutely outplayed, absolutely outclassed. And it's just going to be, if that happens, I think it's just going to trail off. And AC Milan and West Ham, we could lose and Ole could get sacked. Or we'll nick a 2-0 win. Maybe that will give us some momentum for the rest of the season and we could, secure the second or third that we've been looking for, maybe a UEL. But I think this game is so pivotal because if we get panned, it's going to affect the rest of our season. If we do well, I think it can be that little turning point. After the West Brom game earlier this year, when the Everton game was a turning point. Hoping it's that turning point back towards progress, but you'll see how it goes, really. But, yeah.
I hear you on that, Bobs. I'm not saying you're an Ollie outer here. If you're an Ollie outer, is winning a bad thing? Because it will give Ollie a lot more life. It could be one of those wins that, again, it could be a win that cements him for the following season. Is there a train of thought and a logical train of thought for Man United to lose well, or lose badly from our point of view, to kind of put a final nail in the coffin of Ollie? Or do you not think that's how any United fan should be thinking?
I think, first of all, you should support your club regardless of the manager. So you should want your team to win regardless. But unfortunately, we know how Ole Outers move. They want to see this guy done. They want to see this guy gone. And I probably assume people that are Ole Outers do want Ole to get beat very, very badly. So for me, I just hope common sense prevails, to be honest, on the day that they can be like, let's get behind the team. But we know how the social media move. We know how the fan base goes. They want Ole out, rat-a-tat-tat. They probably want us to get beat 5-0 or something. So they can be like, see, we told you so. He's a PE teacher. He's useless. He doesn't coach the players. They've got no experience. Get beat 5-0, get him out, blah, blah, blah. when actually the attitude should be support Manchester United. We're playing against a team that are in not bad form, and we basically need everyone to support us. They're all right. I mean, they've won a few games in a row. They can clap for themselves.
I hear that. Yeah, from your point of view, you're in amazing form.
She's grinning that.
Yeah, 100%. City are in
better
form than they were in the Centurion season. That's how good it is. Is there a part of you, though, that thinks if you look at Ollie's history, this could be the worst time to play us? Whenever it looks like Ollie's about to die on his throne, he comes up against a Tottenham or a City or a Chelsea and pulls out a magnificent performance. Do you have those concerns as a City fan?
Yeah, to be honest, I actually did say that I could see you winning this sort of game. As much as I think City should win, I think our run is going to come to an end at some point. I think I'm not as bothered as I was before. I think with you dropping points in the past 2 games, it means even if you do beat us, it probably just means Ollie stays longer, which works in Man City's favour better. So, yeah, I think we'll have to see. I think it depends which City turn up, because the past couple of games we haven't been playing too well, but we've kind of looked like we might draw, and then the players have just pulled something out in the second half and got us the win. So City are not quite the same team that they have been in previous seasons where United have beaten us. We usually leak quite a lot of goals at the back, which we haven't been doing this season. So obviously we will concede 1 every so often, but we don't normally concede more than that. And I think with it being a derby, to beat us, you probably would have to score more than 1. So I think it's going to be who's the most clinical and who makes the least mistakes. I don't think it's going to be a game where we blow you away 5-0. I'd love it myself because it's been a while, but I don't think it'll be like that. I think City are kind of being a bit safe. They're not going too much for it. So I think even if we went 2-0 up, we wouldn't try and sort of get 5 or 6. I think we would just kind of sit back and see the game over the line. So yeah, it won't be a big scoring game, I don't think.
I hear you on that. And again, obviously, you're looking at this from a complete outsider looking in. We know Man City are the favourites. I don't think even the most diehard red tinted glasses wearing Ollie Inner in the world could put a case up for Manchester United being the favourites in this game. How do you see it going, though? Do you see there being a bit of a banana skin here for Manchester City? Do you think Ollie can pull it out the bag and kind of rescue a bit of reputation? Or do you think this is just a Man City win, Man United meltdown all over it?
This has defensive written all over it, especially with the situation where how Manchester City have been playing so good defensively all season. I could see them sitting back and just saying, we're going to get a goal, we're going to get a goal, we're going to get a goal. And Manchester United doing the same thing, saying, we don't want to get beat, so we're going to defend, and we're not going to be looking to get so open to get a goal. This is a game that says to me, hey, it could be a KG 1-0 to Man City or Manchester United. So right now, I'm just saying it's going to be low scoring, and everyone else, you need to realize over the past 6 games, I think you guys have a combined total of 9 goals for both teams. So it just goes to show you that this is going to be one of those cagey games, and I wouldn't be afraid to say, hey, it could go either way. But at the same time, right now, I'm going to leave my powder dry, save that for the end.
There you go. Honestly, bro, when you speak about other clubs, you're amazing. You're legitimately amazing when you speak about other clubs. I know a lot of other clubs are going to talk KDB and talk Bruno. We spoke about it behind this.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I think it's just for me, it's an absolute dead debate now in terms of they are both different, but top class stars. Everyone's going to have a preference. Most Man United fans will back Bruno. Most City fans will back. Or all City fans will back KDB. We know what both their talents are. We know what they're both brilliant at, and I think that just needs to sort of stay there. Aidan, how do you think Ollie has to approach this game, though? What do you think? So when it comes to match day, he picks his 11, and we go for a game approach. What would make you happy on the day? What kind of approach do you want to see from him?
See, the tricky thing is, a lot of people inherently said, "Oh, we need to start buying." And I think that's true. I wouldn't be as irritated if he started Maguire and Lindelof as opposed to other games, because I don't think a high line's possible against City. I think that's completely idiotic. But I do think that we're going to need some last-ditch tackles and defences if we're going to win this game. You know what Bailly did against Villa. So I would start Bailly. I think Mafred is to be expected. You know, there's no Pogba. I don't think Van der Beek's available. So there's not really anything else you can. And I think, to be honest, with the personnel available, because there's no Pogba, because there's no Van der Beek, and because of the form of City in at the moment, we're probably just going to have to counter-attack. It's not what I want to do. I think after 2 years and the money spent, we should be trying to play against them to some degree. But, you know, I think we're just going to have to utilise the pace we have up front and try to counter. But it's not what I want to do. But I think it's what.
But Aiden, that's your strength.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Right?
As a rival, I'm like, that's your
Same.
strength. I think about Manchester United. First thing I think about is, wow, you don't want to get beat on the counter. But the way you're talking about is like, we're going to only play counter-attacking football. I'm confused.
That's how we play. Like let's do you know what I mean? Listen, when you play City, every team concedes possession. So you know what I mean? That's out the window. Let's not try. We're not going to try to go pound for pound with them because we'll probably lose. So what we actually need to do is stick to the actual game plan that we've been trying to do against every other team in the Premier League, is play counter-attacking football. Because what City will do, City will dominate possession, manipulate the ball. We know what their forwards do, they cut inside and so on. When we nick it, like you said, last-ditch tackles, we need to get up the park real quickly. So in the space of 6-7 seconds, we need to be up that park in a position where we can actually penetrate their goals. And then when we lose possession, get back into formation and keep the shape. Because I know what you're saying, that's not what you want to, but we need to be realistic here. Okay,
but that's what I said. I said we need to be realistic. That's why I said we shouldn't be going toe to toe with them. I'm just saying after I'm not getting into that separate debate, but I said after this time I would expect something different. I'm not expecting to dominate them in possession, just a bit more than 11 men behind the ball. I'm not saying that we need to go toe to toe, but what I think will happen and what I think is the only way we can win is if we put 10 men behind the ball. What I'm saying is I'm not expecting. I would want like toe to toe, but I want something a bit different. But I think for tomorrow, with the players we have available, people said, I think Van der Beek's still injured with a muscle injury. He said he'll be back soon on the account today, and there's no Pogba. So I think that's what we're going to have to do. So probably Martial, Rashford, James. I think Martial might be injured, though.
Yeah, he may be. I thought, do you know, I think it's interesting, really. And I want to get Jan's opinion on this because she has Pep. Forget how good or bad Man United are right now. Do you prefer it when teams play counter-attack against you? Or if they go toe-to-toe and open up again, forget who the team is. It could be PSG, it could be Bayern Munich. Would you rather them open up against you, or would you rather them play on the counter?
I think we used to struggle quite a bit breaking teams down. Like, we've always tried to play the same way. We never play counter-attacking football. We always try and stick to our game and hope it works. I think we normally would try and like walk it in almost. And some games it works fine, and other games it doesn't, and we would lose or we would draw. But I think Pep's actually changed it a little bit this season. Like, he's got new ideas. He kind of is able to change it a little bit. So I think it doesn't really matter as much anymore, because we used to like teams that came to us to play football so that we could play football and then obviously hope that our talent is better than theirs, which usually it was. But I think right now, like, City have found different ways to break down teams. So I don't think Pep will mind. I think Pep will expect Man United to come out and play the same way they have done previously. It's not a concern, but my concern as a United fan, if I was one, would be that our defence is not as weak as it has been. So normally you can like rely on mistakes from, John Stones before this season, or like when Company, because normally in the derbies where Company was there, we did tend to win. It was when we sort of had Otamendi, who's got a mistake in him. John Stones normally before this season had a mistake in him. So I don't know. I think with if it is John Stones and Diaz, which I'm assuming it will be, I just think it will be hard for you to kind of get sort of an easy counter attack. That being said, it did work for Spurs earlier in the season. We dominated the ball, we dominated the possession, we weren't clinical, and at the other end, they were clinical, 2 shots, 2 goals, and won it 2-0. So that's the way that I would worry as a City fan. If you are clinical and we're not, then obviously you've got every chance of winning.
It's an interesting one for me. I agree with Aidan in the medium to long term that I wish we had the ability to go out there and go toe to toe and outplay them. The only thing in the back of my mind is even our second greatest team under Fergie got played off the park every time Fergie went up against Pep Guardiola's men. He just has a style of football that, Fergie, I still believe if Fergie was 10 years younger, he could have come up with a solution to it. He was in his 70s and like, I'm done, peeps. I'm leaving that to the next generation to solve how to solve a problem like and fair play to him. He didn't need to break that last one. But I agree. I think all we've got is counter-attack in this game. And if we defend well and City don't do some madness in terms of, put it in the top screamer in the top corner. If we defend impeccably, keeper pulls off a few good saves, and we take our one or two chances, because that's all it's going to be in this game. We've got half a chance. West Ham, I think they show you the blueprint the other day on what you need to do. It's counter-attack in numbers quickly, but then defend resolutely. But if we defend how we have done in recent games, I'll go to this super chat here from Adam that quite simply says, United fans, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. We are getting absolutely violated by the fight.
That's nice.
Stylebender on Saturday. Listen, I've got a horrible feeling about this game. I really have. I think I've just got this horrible feeling deep down inside. Thank you, by the way, Alex, for becoming an official member of the Terrace. I've got a horrible feeling in my gut that we're going to get absolutely slapped. And I'm talking outplayed, out possession, outworked, out-muscled. 3 or 4 goals City are going to score. I just got a horrible feeling.
We like the first leg of the Carabao Cup. You remember last year?
Yeah, I've got horrible feeling.
I've heard this before. I heard this a couple of days ago.
Yeah, this is different though, bro. Trust me.
I heard this exact same thing. So, I don't know why you guys are so down on your team. Watching this as a neutral, I expect Manchester United and Man City to be a tighter game than you guys expected. You guys are almost saying we're going to lose by these many goals to make yourself more comfortable when it does happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I genuinely don't think it's going to happen.
It's not psychoanalytic. Like, there's no psychoanalyzing that needs to happen here. It's just how I feel about my team at the moment. Do you know what? We've had some clean sheets and not been broken down by teams. We haven't played anybody of City's level in that period. The last top team we played on an attacking sense was Liverpool, and they did score 2 goals against us. We have just Bruno he's been a couple of games he's been poor in terms of his form. He hasn't had a good game this season against one of the traditional top 6 in terms of what he does best, and that's being clinical and scoring goals. Rashford has been our best player outside of Bruno in an attacking sense. He's off form. Martial's conversion rate has been awful all year. Cavani, I don't know how fit he's going to be. Greenwood's having a poor season by his young standards. And I can't be relying on Dan James to get there. And if Dan James pops up with a goal, I kind of celebrate. It's like, oh, well, that's like the mascot scoring. Do you know what I mean? And that sounds horrible.
That's tough. That's tough.
But it's how it feels. It's how it feels. It isn't like I don't see Dan James. Dan James could score 3 or 4 games running, and there's not an ounce of me that thinks, oh, he's turned the corner. We've got a player on our hands now.
That's because he has done, hasn't he? He has done, and I'm still like...
But do you know what it is? It's not his fault though, because you need to see the situation. And this is me not defending Ole Man United. I give the smoke with Daniel James, but I think we need to realize the Man United team he came in, the first season he had, he wasn't supposed to play those many games. And do you know what? I mean, look, he's been playing not bad. Not obviously, he's not the player we want there, and that's where I'm just accepting whatever he gives me because I know he has a ceiling. He's at best a squad player. But regarding us, we're going to get slapped, Terry. I personally don't think we're going to get slapped. I think, this might be another potential board draw because, like Jan said, with the guy saying, it doesn't matter how we play against us. I heard that, Jan, but anyway, we'll move. They don't need to...
You know what, though? That's not so much about United. I think it's just City at the moment. They're kind of finding answers for what's being thrown at them. So that's why, because I was surprised when we went 1-1 against Everton, I thought that's it. It's a draw. We're getting beat. And City just pulls something out of the bag. And same against Liverpool. When I sort of think it's done now, they'll pull something out. So that's the only thing that's...
What, so you come back Kings now, yeah? Back Kings now. Is that what you're saying,
bro, you know what it is? They got a player of the season on their hands. And I'm not talking about their attacking players this time. It's a defender who's a player of the season option. So when you have a defender as a player of the season option, you go into every single game more confident than ever because you know your defense is going to hold you down, and it's going to be your attack that's going to be the problem.
When we had Vidic and Rio in their pomp at Man United, I always felt nervous in the big games, so like didn't want to lose, but I always felt comfortable when somebody was dribbling at Patrice Evra. Of course, some people got past him, but I never felt nervous, I haven't felt like that about Man United defense now for a decade. The last stage of Fergie, I wasn't comfortable with it. And now 8 years prior, like it's 10 years.
We were outscoring teams last season. Last season of Fergie, weren't we? We had a lot of 3-2s. We were just trying to score as many as we could.
Yeah. It was
last season.
The team was on its knees. There's no doubt about it. We're going to go into the quiz very, very soon. But I want to touch on one last thing with Yam before we go forward. And I like everyone else's opinion. How you're going to win at least one trophy this year, right? You're going to win the Premier League. You're likely to win the League Cup. You're favourites for it. You got favourites to win the FA Cup and second favourites to win the Champions League. You could win 2, 3, 4 trophies this year. Depending on how far away is this City team, in your opinion, from being in the debate or even more so being crowned the greatest Premier League side ever? And when I say look at that, throw a caveat into that, there's single season success. The treble we know is up there. But you have to look at the block of 4 to 5 years and what a team's won in that period. And if you look at, you go this year and then go back 4 years, this could be your third title. You've already had a domestic treble. If you throw another domestic treble into that, or maybe a League Cup, Premier League, Champions League treble, where do you think this City team will rank?
Ooh, it's a hard one because record-wise, in terms of points, the rest of the records in terms of biggest margin, win margin and all that sort of stuff, City have pretty much broken a lot of the records. The only thing that's safe is the Arsenal record of the Invincibles and the Chelsea defensive record, which I don't think will be beaten because it's kind of like every team in the league can score against you. So it will be very difficult to only concede 15 goals in a season, no matter how good your defense is. So I think that one, I think Invincibles, again, anyone can beat anyone in this league at the moment. So I think that's pretty safe too. But they've kind of broken every other record. They've got, if we, depending on how many points we get this season, it could be sort of over 90, over 95, or even over 98 points every season that we've won it. So it's kind of crazy. I feel like this City team will be rated in the future, not now. I think people are kind of overlooking them a little bit now. I think, like Man United, a bit of time's gone past, so people are looking at it now thinking, wow, that United side was amazing. So I think if we win the Champions League, that's what will enter us into the conversation. That's what I think.
That's what I think. To take over the two Man United teams that I hold as number 1 and number 2, it's because the 99 team and the 2008 team, you look at what they won just before it and just after it, they had that Champions League success. The irony is Chelsea's best team, as in like Jose's back-to-back winners,
never won it.
Never won didn't win the Champions League in that group. It was a little bit later on with a bit more kind of evolution to that side. Arsenal have never won the Champions League, so they can't have one of the great. They're not even in the top 5 anymore. The Invincibles, I don't think are in my top 5, top 6 anymore. You've already gone past them. No, it's not about being disrespectful. It's about my stat. If you haven't won the Champions League and you've never gone back to back, you're never going to be in the top 3.
Yes.
You have to
we won.
No,
I think we won. We won 3 We won 2 out of 3 years.
Gal, did you win the Champions League? No,
we didn't win the Champions League.
We move.
Gal, this is what I always say to people. This is not about criticizing Arsenal because let's fast forward 10 years time, 15 years time. If Man United have Nagelsmann as their manager and we win a Premier League, miss out, Premier League, miss out, Premier League, miss out. We win 4 in 8 years and no Champions League. I won't put that team in one of the greatest Premier League sides ever. I come back in 20 years and you'll see me saying the same thing. I have my standards and you've got to go back to back and you've got to have won a Champions League to be at the top. If no one's done that, then you work out the rest from there. But I think it's interesting. What you say about the 10-year thing, though, be careful about that because people try and rewrite history. The Man United treble-winning team, I've read lists. If you just Google like greatest Premier League teams ever, you look at articles that have been produced in the last 18 months to 2 years, the 99 Man United team is often not even in the top 5.
It's
They
ridiculous.
put it down at like 8th or 9th, and they kind of put this, but they only got this amount of points, and this wasn't that great about them. And they kind of really play it down in weird ways, which they weren't doing 10 years ago. So what you'll find is, as a younger generation of journalists come through and they write these articles, especially if they don't like Manchester United, so they grew up, it's going to be interesting because all the new journalists that are going to come through in the next 10, 15 years, they're more likely to grow up hating City than they are Man United, because you guys are going to be the ones winning, and people always try and put you down. But you could actually ask random people, like greatest Premier League players ever. Go back to that era. Look how many Man United players are winning Player of the Year compared to like teams that were finished 6th and 7th. It was very weird back then. Like, it's very strange the way it was done. But there we go.
Can I say one thing on this, Terry?
Yeah,
Just
go on, mate,
not
go on,
about Arsenal, about Man City. You guys keep talking about Man City. If they win the Champions League, they'll be above Arsenal. This is that. No, if they win the Champions League, and this year they win another league title, they will then overtake Chelsea in the rankings when it comes to over their whole career history, who has more trophies and everything. And if they do catch us, I definitely will see them catching us and Manchester United if they continue this level of consistency.
Obviously, we agree with that. We didn't say that's not true. We didn't say that's not true. We just said
no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying a point, because we walked around it. We never actually said that.
There's a couple of things at play here. There's, when I say team, I'm not saying club. So I'm talking about, so Man United had 3, maybe 4 different Premier League teams that won trophies, and they compete against each other in that same league. If we're talking about like club, then yeah, you have to have the most league titles, and then once you've got if you're neck and neck on league titles, then it's like who's got the most Champions Leagues and domestic trophies. Yeah, I mean, to historically overtake Arsenal, they've got to win more league titles than you. But if they win 4 Premier Leagues in 5 years, a Champions League and 2 domestic trebles, that's a better achievement than any Arsenal Premier League team has ever had. Like, simply, there's more Premier Leagues than you've got, more Champions League. Yeah, and that's kind of what I mean by it. We're going to move on to the quiz now, ladies and gentlemen. Have a little bit of fun. What we're going to do, we're going to move it around on the screen. We're going to put Jan, and we're going to give a gal to Jan if you want him. He's going to be doing some Man City questions. And we've got so we're going to picture round coming up. So there's questions relating to the pictures that we're going to put up onto the screen. Then there's going to be a general knowledge round, the final round, and Aiden and Bits and Bobs have got to pick one of each other to do this. You're going to be doing a second pitch as to why you think your team is going to win. Every time the word or or you lose a point for your team. So no filler words in it. It's going to be a bit of fun. We're going to see us come out. Probably Man United's best chance of victory this weekend if we're being
I'll tell you that.
So we're going to do this one here. So we're going to start off. It's going to be Man United going first. So it's going to be one after the other in the picture round. So there's a picture and there's going to be a question associated to the picture. And there's a point and there's often a bonus point that's available on each question as well. So the Man United fans are going to be going first. You have to get your answer out quite quickly because otherwise you'll see the answers in the comment section and I'll know. So we'll get this done. So the first...
Just say it.
Yeah, so I'll ask the question and then say it. Whatever. So this is, which team won is the question for the first few pictures we're going to see. And this goes to the United boys, Aiden and Bits and Bobs. Which team won this Manchester derby?
Man United.
And can you tell me what the score
Man
was?
United. 2-0.
It was 2-0, yeah, because Rashford got
Rashford.
goal. Yeah,
Rashford,
first
Don,
derby.
Fernandinho, and Joe Hart was in goals. Yeah.
Yeah, then it was bottom corner, and then he got his first derby goal, and then he got his first Europa League goal and his first debut goal, didn't he?
Yeah. He done all the debut stuff and all that season as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your answers, gentlemen. So thank you. Next up, so this is going to be for Jan and for Igal. Who won the Manchester derby?
City. Man City.
Okay, and what was the score?
I think it was 2-1.
What was the year?
That in part of the questions. Next one, back to Man United. Back to the Man United guys.
Oh.
Who won this Manchester derby?
Oh, Man United.
No. Is that him with the blue? Is that him with the blue?
3-2 Man United.
No. Yeah. No, wait.
Slow down.
It's 3-2. Pogba scored the brace. 3-2.
All right, calm.
It's true.
I'm just double checking, bro.
Jan and Gal, who won this Manchester derby?
Man City.
And what
That
was the
was
score?
the 6-1. 6-1.
Okay.
Oh,
Good. I like this. Next question we're going to. So this next question is more of it's a picture, but it's a question about that game. Okay. So this is going to be back to the Manchester United crew. Who scored 2 headers in this game?
Oh, was it?
I was too young. I can't remember.
No, was it Fletcher? No. Wait.
I take all first answers that come through, I'm afraid. The next one's an interesting one. This is the Jan and Igal. The next one's interesting. Why is Juan Mata having a go at Raheem Sterling?
Because he dived.
Time wasting.
Okay. Next question. This is to the Manchester United fans. Since you arrived at Manchester City, i.e. Pep Guardiola, who's won the most amount of derbies? Man United or Man City?
Man United, I'll say.
Man United, yeah, because Ollie done 3 over him anyway. So, yeah. Man United.
Man United, yeah.
Okay. Next question.
These are hard.
This is to the City. Who has played the most amounts? No, that isn't the question. That isn't the question at all. I can't remember the question. I've got to go and get the question back in front of me now. I've lost the question. And I was like, I thought I knew the answer. And then okay, so this one is who scored Manchester United's only goal in the 4-1 defeat to City in 2004? Who scored Manchester United's only goal in this game?
Shoot. Wait, the 4-1. Okay. That's hard. I can't remember.
Have a guess. Who scored Man United's only goal?
It'll be someone that we don't expect. So let's say I'm not looking at the chat. 4-1.
Just pick an obvious one, like Rooney or something.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't have been Rooney. Let's just say Wayne Rooney. It wouldn't have been him though.
It said Rooney. Okay. Next one's back to the United boys. This is a difficult one. What just happened to Roy Keane and why?
Oh, he kicked Collins, didn't it? He done him, obviously. Come on, he got sent off. Come on. He'd do it again as well, he said.
What's the name? What's his name?
Oh, my goodness. What's his dad's name?
This is easy.
No.
Alfinger Haaland. Alfinger.
Yeah.
Take your answer there.
Sorry, though.
Yeah.
What was the score, Jan and Igal, in this game?
3-2.
It was a beautiful game.
2.
Yeah.
3-2 to Man United. Sorry.
Aiden and Bobs. Who assisted this goal?
Nani.
Nani. Yeah. Nani. Cross. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, let's go.
Jan and Igal. How many goals in Manchester derbies does this man have?
Got 9.
That's surprising.
And Wayne Rooney. Is he on 8? Wayne Rooney has got 1 more. I think it's 9.
He only takes the first answer.
Bob and Aiden. Who has won the most? Who has won the most amount of Manchester derbies? City or Manchester United?
Man United.
Man United, I'll say, yeah.
Okay. Final question. Who has played in the most Manchester derbies, Jan and Igal? Who's played in the most Manchester derbies?
Oh, it has to be a United player.
Right. Is it Ryan Giggs or Paul Scholes? I'm trying to think. Let's just say Ryan Giggs, just because of the time he was there.
He was there. That would be a sensible answer, logical answer, I would say. So that'd be logical. So let's go through the points on that, and then we're going to go to the general knowledge and then the 60-second quiz. So first one, you guessed right. Man United won the game, so you get a point. But you don't get a bonus point because it wasn't 2-0; it was 1-0 to Manchester United. 1-0. So United boys get 1 point. 1 point there. The next game that was up, it City didn't win. It was it was from the 4-3 game. It was from the 4-3 game. Actually, best thing for me to do is put the pictures back up on the screen. It makes it a bit easier for everyone to remember the question.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting. Let me just do that. See, we go right.
I can't remember last week. Never mind what happened.
Yeah, and you carried the team. Don't worry.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised I knew some of them so
yes,
old.
that picture there, that was from the 4-3 win.
Oh,
So
was
no,
it?
no point there. This year,
I should have known that.
if bits and bobs out his way and actually said an answer, you'd have got it wrong. It is Man United won the game and it was 3-2. So that's 2 points there to the Man United lads. Absolutely right. City got the win and it was a 6-1 victory. So 2 points there. Who headed in this 2 goals in this game? You're right, Darren Fletcher. So correct.
Come on.
Correct to the United boys. This one, why did he have a go at him? I thought this was quite famous. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was for showboating when winning. It wasn't for
in the corner, yeah. And Fellaini went and booted them. Yeah, I remember
it was
that.
showboating.
Yeah, that's what time wasting, isn't it? That's what I thought it was.
That's not
I'll give you a point for that. I'll give you a point for that.
time wasted.
And Man United won the ball.
No. Terry,
Time
Terry.
wasting is if you're like holding your body in front of
Exactly.
the ball. Like,
You
shielding
can't
it.
give her that point.
Oh, no,
Showboating
no,
and timing
no,
are two
no,
different things.
he was in the corner, but I didn't know it was called showboat.
Audience, should we give a point or not? I'll take the most amount of answers I see in the first trends. Yes or no? Should we give the point? This one here, the question around who's won the most derbies since he's been here, Man United or Pep and City? You said Man United. The answer is Pep. Pep's won 6, Man United won 5 in that time period.
Yeah.
Question
But the
was
Corks, twice.
the goal. They're all saying yes in the comments. So Jan did get that other
No point.
No point.
Freedom said
What are you reading, Terry?
No point.
I'm seeing bare
They're
yes.
saying yes. They're saying
First
yes.
person,
Bare nose, bro.
the first person to super chat yes or no. That's what we'll go with. So the next question was who scored in the 4-1 defeat. It wasn't Rooney. It was Paul Scholes who scored
We
in
should
the
have just
4-1
picked the person.
defeat.
Oh my god.
That isn't Paul Scholes in the picture. That's Wes Brown, you
That's
twonk.
Wes Brownie gal.
I couldn't tell.
I love you, Gal. Yes, you're right. He got sent off for the red card against Mr. Haaland himself, Haaland's dad, old Alfie boy. So you get the point for that one. This here was 3-2 to Man United, so you get the point. Jan, this here, Nani
Maria, I hate you.
did get the assist. Yes, Aguero, 9 goals. You got that absolutely right. So another point for yourselves. Man United do have the most derby wins on 76. And you're absolutely right. Look, we got the super chats. I say both of them saying yes to the. So you do get it. Jan goes on to 5 points, but got the final question right. Ryan Giggs has played in the most. So after round 1 of this quiz, it is 7 points to Man United and 6 points to City.
Yes.
This is neck and neck. But now we go. This is a tough one now. This is where we go into the general knowledge question. So I'm really excited about this round because I love a bit of general knowledge. I really, really do. We're going to do 5 and 5. So we've got 10 questions. We'll do the first 5 United questions, and then we'll do the 5 City, and we'll answer them to make it a little bit more dramatic. Make sure you're smashing that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Get your super chats in as well. So, question number 1, United here. So, question number 1, I'm just making a note of the answers here that you give so that nobody can say we're cheating. So, question number 1, who is the only player to win the European Golden Boot whilst playing for Manchester United?
I don't know that.
The only Man United
I'm
player
gonna
to
go
win the
for-
European Golden Boot.
I think
Yes.
I'm going to go for a guess. Oh, it must be
No.
who you think it is, obviously.
Just say it.
Nah. Is it Rooney? Yeah, Rooney.
I'll say Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. I'll say
You have to take the
Ronaldo
first
if
one.
I missed where I was
I'll
going to
take
say.
the
So I was going to say
I'll take the first answer. Question number 2. Before they became Manchester United,
you said Ronaldo.
what was the club? Before they were known as Man United, the club was known by what other name?
Newton Heath.
Wow, that was quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Manchester United's 2008 Champions League final victory over Chelsea on penalties, who was the only Red Devil to miss their penalty?
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Number 4. Which team did Manchester United play in the game that became known as the Battle of the Buffet?
Arsenal. No.
Oh.
Yeah. Arsenal, because it was Pizzagate. Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal.
Question number 5.
Any chance, Aidan?
Chesney Brown, a character on the British soap opera Coronation Street, had a Great Dane named after which Manchester United legend?
I used to watch that, so I should know.
Chesney. Say that again, Terry. What?
Chesney, who was a character on Coronation
Yeah,
Street.
the ginger
Oh, I
boy,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
ginger you. Oh,
He had,
bloody
he had a
heck.
dog named after a United legend. I need an answer within the next 5 seconds, please, guys. You need to guess it.
I don't watch.
I know it. Can I guess?
Say something.
No, you.
I get-
Vidic, I don't know.
Can we
He-
steal?
He said Vidic. There we go. No, we can't do steals because of the way the comments. But let's go to the first 5 City questions here. So,
Right,
Okay.
I'll try.
can you name 3, just 3 of the 6 clubs that Man City have beat in FA Cup finals?
Okay. Three of the 6, did you say?
3 of the 6 that you beat in FA Cup finals.
Okay. FA Cup. Stoke.
FA, yeah.
Is
Can you replay
there a
last
time
time?
limit, Terry? Is there a time limit, Terry?
Watford.
Oh, yeah.
Watford.
Terry.
5 more
Terry.
seconds.
Oh, God, I can't think of another one.
4, 3,
Let's
2,
go
1.
Let's go for Stop it. Okay, so that'd be one back in the day.
Terry, that's more than 5 seconds.
There we go. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to question 2 now. We're gonna move on to question 2. Can you name 4 of the 7 non-Europeans who have won Manchester City's Player of the Year award?
Non-Europeans.
Non-Europeans.
Sergio Aguero. Let me
Sterling.
think. Zabaleta. Might have won it. I can't remember. Player of the Year. I don't even pay attention to this kind of stuff.
Didn't Sterling win one?
Shocking.
Since when is Sterling not European?
Sterling's from
5 in a
England,
row.
Bro, why did I'm so dumb.
Wait,
No, I thought you said like non.
2 more. 2 more.
I'm so dumb.
John Goa.
Yeah.
John Goa must have won it.
And
Definitely.
did you say there? Yeah.
Yeah, Torre, yeah.
Question number 3. What was this is an interesting one about the history here of City. What was unique about Manchester City's relegation from the first division in 1938? It's actually quite obvious if you think about it, but
Is it the one? What was unique about it?
well, you got relegated, but there was a really unique element of it.
I know
Wouldn't
we won the league and we got relegated as champions. I think it might be that one.
Yeah, and this is not a conversation, it's an answer. Which one is it?
Yeah, isn't it, fam?
Hey,
It's
come
mad.
on.
No, it's not
This is
two.
just sexism.
We were champions, we won the league, and then we got relegated
Yeah, but
the next year.
okay, can you name? This is an interesting one. Can you name 3 of the 10 players who have scored hat tricks in the Premier League for Manchester City?
Gundogan.
Has
Sterling?
he?
Sterling.
Sergio Aguero,
Yep.
Raheem Sterling,
Gundogan. Literally.
Gabby
Is it the
has in the Prem. Is it in the Prem?
In the Prem.
This is
Yeah,
about
Torre.
dubious, Terry.
Yeah, Torre.
Wait,
Yeah.
Got the answers in front of me.
Sean
Tevez
Wright
scored a hat-trick?
Phillips.
Yep.
Tevez, yeah. Oh God, who have I even said? This is like, do
Did
you know
Silva
what?
ever score a
Like,
hat trick?
One second. You can't ask me. You need to give me an answer, now. But the thing is,
Guardiola.
they're all really obvious answers. It's just basically every single striker you've had in the Premier League. We've got some answers there. Question number 5. Question number 5. Which 3 Argentinians have won Manchester City's Player of the Year?
Okay, Zabaleta,
Yep.
Aguero,
Yep.
Argentinian. Ooh, who's the other one? Tevez.
Thank you. That's your first 5. So we'll go back to the 5 City questions, 5 United questions that they had answered. So, who is the only player to win the European Golden Boot while playing for Man United? You said Rooney was your first answer. That was wrong. It was Cristiano Ronaldo.
I said Ronaldo.
I
I said
Ronaldo.
Bits and bobs.
I
has
even
been,
knew that.
bits and bobs
Yeah.
has been too premature on a number of occasions. Number 2, the name of Man United before they were called Man United was Newton Heath. That is absolutely correct. Number 3, who missed the penalty, that was Cristiano Ronaldo. Battle of the Buffet was against Arsenal in 2000 and I want to say it was 2004 that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Who was Chesney Brown's dog named after in the
Michael.
It's Michael, not Vidic. That's not we go to the first 5 answers here for City. Which are the 6 clubs you beat in the final? You got Stoke and Watford, but you didn't get it right. You could have said Bolton Wanderers, Portsmouth, Birmingham City, or Leicester City were the other teams. In terms of 3 of the 7.
We lost to Everton in the final in the 30s, and that's what was in my head. I couldn't get Everton out of my head, and I was like, it's definitely not Everton.
I hear you.
Was the name.
So the next question: name 3 of the 7 non-European.
We got all of them right.
Technically, Sterling's not European because Europe is
he's not.
and everything. Brexit.
No, it's okay. It's when you ask questions about someone's nationality, it's based on who they play for. So he plays for England, plays English. Like, we're not going to get into the, where his nan was born and where he's from. Otherwise, you're never going to get an answer. Like, for that makes Wayne Rooney Irish. You're going to go down those routes. So the second question was, which 3? Can you name 3 of the 7 non-Europeans to win your Player of the Year award? You said Sean Gota, you said Aguero, and you said Zabaleta, and you said Arteta. So you got more than enough right there. So well done. Some of the others were Sean Gota. There was 2 players I never even heard of. Danny. Is it Tieto? I never heard of Australian dude. No.
Yeah.
You must have been in 2001. Weren't you in League 2 or something? So I don't know about it. I don't know. It was bad. I got all these questions from the same website, and I'm like, the difference in Man United, it's crazy. What was unique about Manchester City's relegation from the first division in 1938? What was unique is you went down as the top goal scorers in the league.
Oh yeah. There's been a few. We have a lot of history.
I thought it was quite obvious. I thought it was one that was just common knowledge. I even knew that one myself before I read it. Question number 4: can you name? It was 4 of the 10 players that have scored hat-tricks in the Premier League. So you could have gone. You could have gone with. You got them right here. You had Sergio Aguero, Yaya Toure, Carlos Tevez, Raheem Sterling, Silva, Bernardo, Balotelli, Anelka, Dzeko, Paulo Wanchop scored a hat-trick. Any of them, but you got that right because you guessed more than you needed to.
Didn't Gunnar score a hat-trick for Spurs that didn't count?
How could he have scored the hat-trick for Spurs? He plays for Man City.
Against Spurs.
There we go. The next question, which 3 Argentinians won your Player of the Year? You got them all right. Of course, Zabaleta, Tevez, and Sergio Aguero. So we're going to go on to after that round. So both of you got 3 right in that round, which means it's 9 points to... Sorry, it's 10 points to 9. United leading by 1 point still. We go to the final round here. So question number 6 for Man United fans. Make sure you're all smashing that like and share button, people.
What's this about?
General knowledge. So number 6. What is the name of Manchester United's mascot?
Federer.
This is easy, man. These are easy.
I've got him.
Jan.
Yeah, I've got him.
Which Manchester United manager is said? Which Manchester United manager is said to be at the wheel?
Ollie's at the wheel.
Pep Guardiola.
I know. So I didn't make the questions up. I took them on the website because I ain't got time to sit here and think of 30 questions. Who said when the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea?
Can I answer this?
No.
Say that again.
I've already said it once.
The amount of times Jan asked you to confirm the question and you repeated it back.
Who said, very quickly, who said when seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea?
Was it Jose Mourinho?
Okay. Answer's been given to yourself. He said they're easy, Jan. They're never easy. They don't need to be an answer. Number 9. Which pundit referred to Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United team in 1995? Which pundit referring to Man United's 1995 Man United team famously said, "You can't win anything"?
Alan Hansen.
Okay. Question number 10. Who was Sir Alex Ferguson's first signing as Manchester United manager?
Regarding player, not coaching staff.
Definitely player.
Oh, was it? Wait, it's Ivor Paul.
No, it was Hans Hansen, was it?
No, first player.
It's Hansen, wasn't it? I'm guessing because it wasn't. I was thinking. No, it wasn't. No. Yeah,
It wasn't
Hansen,
Cantona.
I think.
Like think about before Cantona. His
Five.
very first signing.
Or
Hansen, I don't know.
Anderson. The right back. Who's the right back?
Anderson, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
So-
Anderson. Oh, the
Anderson. So we're going to go to the City's questions here. Question number 6.
Okay.
What is the name of Manchester City's mascot?
Moonchester and Moonbeam, there's 2.
Okay,
But
Moon-
Moonchester's the main one.
there we go. Question number 7. Who was the first manager sacked under the Sheikh Mansour ownership?
Mark Hughes.
Question number 8. Who were the last 6 players to wear the Manchester City number 9 shirt? You can name 3 of them will do.
Ooh. Okay, so right now it's Gabby. Before Gabby, it was number 9. Who wore number
Ref.
9 before?
Oi, ref.
I can't think that word. Who wore number 9? I'm so bad at shirt numbers.
Messi.
Ref.
Eddie
Have
Dzeko,
some
number
guesses here.
11. Eddie Dzeko, I think he was 11. I think, yeah, Edin Dzeko, maybe.
Balotelli, was he? I don't know.
Negredo. Was Negredo number 9? Let me say Negredo.
Okay, and one more guess. You got a few seconds.
One more.
3,
Oh, God.
2,
Number 9.
What?
1. We're done now. We're
Company.
done, unfortunately. Number 9. Which 2 African-born players won Manchester City's Player of the Year award? Which
Yaya
2?
Toure.
African
Yaya
born
Toure.
players. Yeah.
Yep.
African born. Just trying to think. Okay.
Adebayo.
Let's go. Yeah, Adebayo. Not him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final question. Can you name 3 players or more that have scored 50 or more Premier League goals for Manchester City?
Oh, she knows this one.
That's
Three
easy,
or
yeah.
more.
50 or more. 50 or more.
Easy, Jan.
No,
Jan,
3
this is easy.
One sec, sorry, Bits, because Gow ain't hearing. It's 3 or more players that have scored 50 or more Premier League goals.
Oh, okay. That's easy. Okay, Aguero.
Yep.
50 or
Yeah,
more. I'd say Edin Dzeko would have had it over 50 in his time there. I'm just going to go recent because if I go too far
Sterling.
back. Yeah, it is
I think we'll put Sterling there. Cool. So let's go to this because we're running out of time here. We're going to go to this now. So
Oh,
Man United's last answer. So yes, Fred the Red, correct, is the name of the mascot. Number 7, about the Ollie at the wheel thing. Yes, it was Ollie. You said it was Jose about the Seagulls comment. It was Eric Cantona that famously said,
Oh,
said
scumbag.
that after he kicked the racist at so you got that one wrong. Alan Hansen famously said that Man United won't win anything with kids. And Man United's first signing under Sir Alex Ferguson
Anderson.
was Viv Anderson. You got it right.
Yes!
With the
Come
final guess. We go to Manchester City here. And this is an interesting one. So, name of the mascot, boom, you got that right. Name of the first manager sacked under the stake, Mark Hughes, right. The next question, which was name 6 players to wear the number 9 shirt. You only got 2. You could have had Nolito. You could have had Adebayor. You could have had Impenza.
I don't know.
I'd never heard. I know.
Impenza, yeah.
Number 9.
I thought I don't know.
Sorry. Number 9. Yaya Toure was correct. The other player was, I want to pronounce this right. Is it Ali Benadiba?
Benabia, yeah.
Benabia. Yeah. So unfortunately, not right there. Final question.
Bulgarian.
Yeah. Final question. You were right with Sterling, correct with Sergio Aguero. You guessed Edin Dzeko.
Yeah.
He scored just 50. So you got that one right on there. So that's 3. Final score at the end of that round is 14 to
They beat.
12. We go into the 60-second pitch round here. So who's Jan? You doing the 60-second pitch? It's got to be you making a pitch why you're going to win the game this weekend. Who's doing it for the United boys? Who's doing the 60-second pitch?
Mate.
I'll do it if you want me. I don't mind. As long as I don't lose to Jan.
Bob, you're going to go first. You're going to go first. Every
I'm less confident to win, so you go, mate, because I'm not.
So we're going to put you on the big screen, and we're going to count down 60 seconds. You've got to do it. If you finish early, every second you finish early, you lose a point as well. So you've got to make it 60 seconds, but you can't stutter and mutter or anything like that. We're going to start it now. There's little boys in there.
My son came and got chips. 2 seconds.
Lovely.
There. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Look at that. He's got his food. He's got his dinner and everything. There we go. Are you ready now? No.
Can you just repeat the question again, Terry?
You've got to do a 60-second pitch every time you
Okay.
60 seconds as to why you're going to win this weekend or how you're going to win, whatever you want it to be.
Come on, bro.
3, 2, 1.
I think we are going to beat Man City because our back four is a lot strong, because our goalkeeper has not conceded a goal. I believe when we get the ball, we're going to counter-attack them. City are going to penetrate the ball, but we are going to be clinical. Rashford and Bruno are going to hit shots. Bruno from 25 yards with Rashford is so clinical. I believe Wan-Bissaka one-on-one with Sterling, he will do better. Overall 90 minutes, I think that Man United will be on top just because we will probably be able to defend against City's attack. I also believe that City will be too cocky and arrogant to play us, and I also feel that they are going to lose concentration against us because they are so far ahead in the league table. Full stop. Fuck.
There we go. There we go. It's not too bad.
That's good, bro.
There was 5 ums, ahs, and pauses. I want to ask the viewers a question, though, because we like to be a democracy here. Do we count every F as a pause as well? Or not?
No, because that's because I realized what I'd done.
I know.
Yeah, you're filling it up with space.
It's so funny. Every single
it's quite
time.
ingenious, I think.
It's hard to do. It's so hard to do. Make sure you're all smashing that like and that share button. Jan is up next. You're going to get a minute. There's a 5-point deduction there. We'll do it in a moment. So here we go. And they're all saying nah to that. Some are saying yes. Again, if you super chat yes, we'll do yes. If you super chat no, we'll go with no. Put your money where your mouth is. Over to you, Jan. We're going to count you in. You got 60 seconds. Let's do this.
Okay, Man City are going to win because obviously we're the best team in Manchester. We're on an unbeaten run of 20 wins. So that will help us hopefully get the victory over Man United. I can see Gundogan turning up as he has been for every key game this season, pretty much. So I can see him getting the goal. I can see Man United without Pogba struggling because I've found in previous derbies, Pogba seems to be the key man that we struggle against. So I think without him, we should get the win. Also, we have not the top scorers right now, but we will be the top scorers. Or we might have just become the top scorers. I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. We normally score more goals than Man United. So that is my reason that I think we will win. Obviously, Pep Guardiola is a much better manager than Ole, so I would like to see us come out on top. Also, we tend to win the games that we need to and lose the games to Man United that we don't really need to. So I think for that reason, we should. That should
Time to go!
Jan filled that minute up to a point she was still going.
Yeah, she won single-handedly because it's 2 against 1. Obviously,
Just with one arm in there. So I'm now going to tally up the price. I'm going to tally up the overall scores. So that's 9 there, and that's wow. So the final scores, drum roll, please. Oh, is Manchester United bits and bobs on 9. Manchester City, Jan and Igal On 11, Man City win the quiz. They win the quiz.
Call her.
They win the quiz
I
because
didn't do
Bits and Bobs can't talk. Bits and Bobs is gone. He's gone.
You know what? I say all the time, so I was trying. That's why I was just chatting the most amount of crap. I wasn't even being honest in what I was saying. I was
The
just
best thing about Bobs is every time he did it, it's like, shut fuck.
I know.
Yan won this by herself. I didn't do
It's
nothing.
all good though.
Yeah,
Listen,
we'll
it's
give
all
you
good. It was
this
a good
win, but
comeback.
this weekend we're going to take the win. So we'll give you this because that's the level you're at. So yeah, we'll give you this. Yeah, we'll give you this.
Nah, it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed that.
like I know, but when it comes to a quiz, my head just goes. Like I just get
Yeah, it's
something.
tricky, isn't it?
You know,
and I'm like,
yeah, and you're the best person I've ever done a quiz with because instead of answering questions, you Bits and Bobs, you have a conversation. You're like, I think it could be. Do you remember when this? I don't know the answer to this question, but I'll give you some other bit of trivia that you can use on another one. But yeah, this is how we're doing the top 6 previews moving forward. We've adapted them and evolved them on the terrace over the past 12 months because I just think that's a bit more fun than sitting
It's
there.
so much more fun than beefing each other about tactics, man. I swear.
100%.
Yeah, because there's room for that in the first half. There's room for that in other areas. But for me, you've got to have a bit more fun with this. Otherwise, it just gets very, very, very boring. Sometimes you can't even win
I know, right? What
on
the
a
hell?
biased Man United quiz. In fairness, like the hard thing is, City are famous now. You know what's really hard about Man United's history? It's because United are so big. I read every Man United question and it just sounds easy because everyone knows everything about Man United because we're out there. I was looking at some of City stuff and I was sort of like, I didn't know this happened in 2003. I had just no idea. Like it's not like City's modern history. I know it, but like beyond that, it's difficult. But yeah, it was a good bit of fun. I enjoyed that. Score prediction before we leave. Aid, what you going with, mate?
1-0, Bruno Fernandes penalty in the 90th minute.
Jeez, I'd love that. That'd be fun. Bits and Bobs. What's your prediction, bro?
I'm going with it's going to be a Mazza game. It's going to be a tight 2-2, and we just get the equalizer.
So
Gal?
3-2. Okay, I'm going for a 2-0 City. Even though I said all this stuff about it being a tight game, I feel like it will be a tight game. It will be 1-0 City. It will be 1-0 City the whole way, and then at the end they'll nick a second goal. That's what's gonna happen.
I hear that. Yan, what you going with score prediction?
I do think it'll be a tight game. I'm hoping that City win, so I'm going to say 2-1 City. I think Phil Foden, if he plays, will score. He tends to score most of his goals against the big clubs, so yeah, I think Foden will score if he plays.
So you call Man United the big club? Is that what you're saying, Jan?
Hey, to be fair, you know, every time I root against you guys, usually win. So
The funny thing is, sorry, carry on, Terry. No, it's cool.
Go on.
No, I'm just saying. The funny thing is just that like the game. You know, we've sat here before saying we're going to do this, do that, and we don't. Yeah, you know, I only hope that City mentally are just not there. Like, you know, they think, oh, we're so far gone. If they have a blip, we win free. We get 3 points. We move. Do you know what I mean? We need to consolidate second place now. I can't believe I'm saying that now, but yeah, man, we just need to make sure we win.
Absolutely. Listen, for me, as everyone knows, I'm at a point where I feel like Ollie needs to go at the end of the season, no matter what goes on, no matter what happens. But winning this game is more important than that. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Make sure you're hitting and smashing that like button. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God